Hi everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video with me. So today we're going to talk about how to win every argument, like never losing it. So for today's intro, I have nothing to say except the fact that I got tortured today because I was gonna record this video 3 times and then like people kept calling me. Like I hope no one calls me again. Do not call me. All right. So first of all, what is an argument? Because you have to know, a lot of you, I know, that are not even aware of what an argument is. Because you think, as long as the other person is not rude or shouting at me, it's not an argument. But like, that's not correct. Argument is when someone is trying to teach you how to behave. When someone is too nosy, when someone is not logical, when someone is just attacking you, like they don't even have a point, they just want to win over you. It means this person is not logical, is not my friend, is not trying to convince me, is just trying to win over me. Like they're not even listening, when they're not using their ears. You know what I mean? When they use sarcasm, this is already an argument. Because talking with someone and handling a situation and trying to convince someone is like, you know, I have this reason, that reason. Like instead of explaining themselves, they're like, explain yourself. I think you did this stupid. I think like you could manage it so much better. If that was me, I would have done it much better than you. This is an argument. They're comparing. You know what I mean? So this is an argument. First thing you need to know is that they don't necessarily have to shout out at you, or just be fucking mean to you. That's enough. Them not being logical and them being against you, argument. Now, the first rule of an argument is you do not explain yourself, you attack. Now, what does this mean? A powerful person knows they have power. They don't have to explain themselves all the time or try to be like, oh no, if I did this, I had this reason. Oh, I could not do it as good as you think because this happened. You know what I mean? When you explain yourself, they be like, oh, okay, what about that other situation? But when you attack them back, when you be like, oh, the fact that you think I did this because of that shows me that you have a sick mind. I would never do that. My reason was this. Like, you know, or look like confused. The second point is, this second rule is like something you think the opposite is correct. But let me explain. Y'all think like you should be louder, you should be more scarier, you should be like more like sarcastic or like make them mad. But the point is, you should not be loud, you should not respond too fast. You think responding too fast means you know everything? Means like you have the best answer, means you're right? No. To look powerful, you have to be like, take your time to think and don't even feel bad about it because like they're saying nonsense. Like you should make this face of, huh? Like you should make the face of, I don't even know what this other person is saying. Especially when you're arguing and other people are watching, people are looking at you, right? Like, she looks confused. Like, what is this other person is even saying to her? She looks so confused. She needs to think of what to respond with because she's like, what is this BS this other person is telling me? You know what I mean? Thinking is power. Thinking means you're using logic, you know? Because when it's an argument, it's not talking. Your heart should be off. Your brain should be on. And when you use your brain, you think, and that's natural. And in order to sound powerful while you think, you should to make the face of, I'm not understanding what's going on. Like, what's going on in this person's mind? What are we even arguing about? Like, what's your deal? Like, are you okay? Like, are you jealous of me? You know? Be like this. Make that person sound stupid. Instead of defending yourself, make the other person sound stupid. Because if you believe in yourself, you're 100% right. Instead of explaining yourself, you'll be like, everybody know me. Everybody know I'm right. I don't do these things that you say, so I'm just gonna attack now. Attacking is the key. I'm telling y'all. Another thing is that you should bring up things that they're good at, but something's lacking, that they're doing it right, but sometimes they get angry about it as there are some little things that are missing. For example, we think always we should to point out people's insecurities, but guess what makes them more mad? What makes them more angry? When they're trying so hard, for example, for their dream, and you be like, if you did this right, you would have been there instead of here. Or like, for example, I was arguing with my aunt and she was saying BS, and I was like, oh, come on, I hear you every day shouting at grandpa. My aunt, and she said some things, she was being nosy, she was being controlling over me, like I'm not even your kiddo. I'm not even your kid. Calm down. Ugh. And I said like, to burn her ass, to make her like feel bad and angry and furious and start defending herself instead of attacking me and trying to like talk about my life. I said like, oh, like don't teach me manners. You're the one who shout at your dad so loud and I can hear you like that. Like, don't you know he has like a weak heart and shit? And she was like, ah! You know what I mean? Panicking, because she's the type of woman who comes to visit my grandpa. My grandpa lives downstairs, okay? So I'm next to him, but my aunt lives far from him, but he comes to visit him every day. She bring him food. She like takes her to hospital sometimes. She just clean his house. Like, she's literally taking care of his dad. But when I say that in front of others, she sounds like a bad daughter, while she sacrificed a lot to be a good daughter. You know what I mean? So this is not her weakness. She tries so hard for her dad, but like I made it seem like it's his weakness. It's her weakness because just she shouts at him sometimes. And I was like, you're a horrible daughter. Now she has to explain how she's a good daughter. Now the whole thing is like her being like, and I'd be like, you know, it's like attacking. Or like when it comes to my ex, he was saying like some BS and he was being a narcissist. And I know a narcissist choose one victim, which was me, his partner. But he wants other people to think he is perfect. Like narcissist people do some bad things to you, and when you tell other people, they're like, no, ah! Like they don't care if you know their true face, but other people, if they know, this person is gonna panic, okay? So I just, in the argument, try to bring up all the bad things he said about other people. Like, he's a people pleaser kind of, because he's a narcissist. Narcissist people are very nice, very attractive, very helpful, you know, but in their heart, they don't really care about you. They just want to buy your attention by all the things they give you. So he sounds really giving and nice, but then in front of everyone, I said the bad things he said behind people's back. You know what I mean? And he started defending himself the whole time. I used something that was his like power as his weakness. So, you know, it's not about telling your reasons and convincing the other person. It's an argument. It's talking to someone who is not fair, who is judgmental, who is mean, who's trying to put you down, who attacked you first. You know what I mean? So, attack. The whole thing of this video is about attacking to them. You know, a lot of the time, like the fight or the argument is about, oh my God, why you reacted like this? Or like, why you're so sensitive? Or like, I know so many people who get along with this, then be like, well, if this is normalized for you, it's not normalized for me. I don't come from a place where this is normalized. If this is normalized for you, okay, I get it. It's normalized for you. That's why I get your point. I get where you're coming from. But this is not the correct way. You should respect me. You should talk good. Like the moment they make their voice louder, the moment they get aggressive, just make them sound like they're crazy. Be like, I'm not being too emotional. I'm not reacting too much. I'm not doing anything wrong, but you're blaming me for all this. Meanwhile, you get angry. Like, this is not normal to me. And in the middle of an argument, keep saying like, the argument or talking needs to be like, you know, something we both want, but I think this is one-sided. I think you're talking to me about things that had never happened, about your delusions. Like, instead of explaining yourself, invalidate what they're saying. Call it delusions. What? You're talking about your delusions, you're talking about things you misunderstood. Maybe you just try to put me down. I don't know why. All of a sudden, were you always like this? Were you pretending to be my friend? You know, make that person seem bad. And even if no one is watching, make that person think like you're not understanding any of their words. You know what I mean? Just be like, what are you saying? What is your point? Like, you're talking to me one-sided. You're being mad. You're arguing. You're just being like, you're this, you're that. I'm not this and that, and I don't know what you're talking about, and I can't help you. Now, what do you want? You know, the thing is, you have to mess with their brain, because a lot of y'all in the middle of an argument get emotional, get like fucking, I don't know, you get like over explaining yourself. The more you explain, the more they attack. It's like the rule of a jungle. They say eat or get eaten. It's the same. Attack or watch them attacking you. Watch them making you sound super miserable and hate yourself, not only for what they're saying might be true, but for not responding to them, not responding. You know, the thing is, no one is perfect, and this person is attacking you. Are you even perfect? You know, sometimes people attack you even when you're like clueless of what's going on. Sometimes they're attacking you even though when you think you did your best. Sometimes people are attacking you about things that are none of their business. Sometimes it's at workplace, and they try to just make people take their side and make you sound stupid, which this strategy I just told you is gonna save you from that, because you're making them sound stupid. Like, that's the whole thing. That's like, sometimes people can be unfair, and if you just do not respond, later you will be like, oh, I'm getting shocked. I'm getting, you know, sometimes you'll be like, this person is stupid. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm a fan of peace. I'm a fan of peace too. I am a fan of peace too. But if you do not respond them and do not show them who the boss is, who's better, who can be more rude, not rude as if you say curse words, bad words, but when you say something that offends them a lot, you know, who can be more controlling, who can be like, you know, put them down. They should not mess with you. Like, if you don't show them these things, they constantly gonna attack you, and also you're gonna spend like 2 days, 3 days, a week just feeling bad, just feeling off. Like, this body, take care of it. This brain is going to be full of negative thoughts. You say to yourself, I'm a fan of peace, I'm not gonna argue with them. Arguing with them might take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but thinking about the things you could have said but you didn't can take 7 days, a week, can take more time of you thinking about this person who just like was wasting your time. But now, because you didn't respond, this person wasted more time of you, because you keep constantly thinking about, why did they say this? Why didn't they let me finish my sentence? Why did they cut me off? Why don't they see their own mistakes? They see it. You think they don't? They pretend they don't. They're controlling. They're crazy. They're mad. They're psycho. Like, if they were normal people, I don't care if it's your husband, your family, your friend, your coworker, your boss, a random person, someone you just recently met, a friend, a best friend that you're losing. If they were fair, they would not attack you. They would talk to you alone with a nice voice tone and trying to be like, can you like please explain like why did you do this? Because I think like maybe you could do this. They try to give you a little bit of advice. They don't question why you did this, why you did. Another important part of like how to win an argument is just that you should keep reminding them how you have freedom about what you think and the choice you have. You know what I mean? Because people sometimes in an argument be like, why do you have this choice? Why do you say that? Why do you treat me like that? Why are you leaving? Why are you doing that? You know, why do you think this is the best decision ever? Like, I think, and I don't have to explain. I'm making the decision because I can. Simple as that. Like, keep reminding people that you are not trying to convince them, and you're not going to be convinced, because look at how they're speaking. This is not speaking, this is an argument. You don't like to argue, and arguments never lead you to any answer. Like when people argue, they normally, like 95% of the time, none of them get convinced. Because this is not talking, maybe being like a bit angry or anxious, but like you control it. This is arguments. You're saying random BS to the other person. That's what the other person is doing to you. So you be like, I can't even explain it to you. Like, I already did. You don't understand it. Like, just by the way you behave, I can't say you would not understand when I explain. Like, keep reminding them, even if you are like, I'm not gonna use the word nobody, but even if you're someone like who's underage, even if you're someone who's like not have that much money, because money brings freedom, age brings freedom, legal age, still be like, on this case, I have freedom to choose. And you cannot control me. And I don't have to explain it to you. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, I get it. You think this way. Okay. But why are you telling me not to think like this or not to do this? I think this benefits me. Why are you too worried about me? I'm already telling you. I made my decision. Stop trying to change it, and I'm not trying to change yours. Stop this argument with me. Stop it. Keep pointing out that you want this argument to stop, to be done, like you have nothing to do with this. Because when people are watching, or when the other person is just listening to you, they be like, oh, she doesn't even want to talk. She doesn't even want to talk. Not wanting to talk makes you sound powerful. This is a key to win an argument. I don't want to talk, and I don't think I should explain. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Also, another thing that makes you sound last and the most important part of the video. This is like magic, okay? In an argument, normally, because the other person is saying something that is weird, that is crazy, that is disrespectful, that is not fair, that is not logical, that is like so judgmental, that is just so stupid, you cut them off. Don't! Do not cut them off. The only way you can force them to listen to you while you are putting them down and be like, you're not allowed to cut me off. You have to listen. The only way you can do this is to listen to all the BS they have to say. Okay, others are hearing it, others are judging, okay, but let them finish. Take your time to think about what you're going to say as a respond, as an answer. And then when you say it, they can't cut you off, because you'll be like, I did listen to all you said, but now when I want to respond to you, you keep cutting me off. I disagree with what you say too, but I did not cut you off. You know, it's power to be able to listen to something you disagree with and then say all the response you want. Attack them. You know what I mean? Just let them say whatever they want so you can say whatever you want. Because you might have amazing points, but if they don't let you speak, then what? So how are you going to say it? Let them say whatever they're saying. The more you just make your face mimic like you're confused, the more people think like this person is saying BS, this person is so confused. And the moment you speak, they try to cut you off. People be like, oh, this person is rude. That person feels like, oh, my brain is just can't function anymore. Like, hold on. Like, normally people cut me off. The more they talk, the next sentence is weaker, you know? But when you cut them off, you say something, you make them more mad, they come up with something as strong as your respond. This is the rule of an argument. Let them finish, and now they have to let you finish and let you cook. You know what I mean? That's how it works. Just be like, shush. I listen to you. Now you shush. I talk. I'm gonna put you down. You know, you think this. I think this. And your response is this. You know, first attack. Then if you like to clarify something after the argument, you can say it to your friends. Or you can say it at the end of the arguments directly to that person. But don't start with defending. That's a very, very weak strategy. You're gonna die. You're gonna lose. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna leave now. Just remember, this whole video is about emotional control. The more the other person gets emotional, loud, they talk too fast, they try to like sound powerful, the more stupid they sound. The more you're relaxed, the more you're confused, the more you explain like logical things instead of defending yourself, the more you attack, you seem powerful. That's it. That's all a game. Remember not to be emotional. It does not matter what they say. Don't focus on what they say about you. Focus on what you know about them, what you can say to them, how you can make them emotional. Like the moment someone argue with you, the value of that person, does not matter who they are to you, should get here. You like them this much? Now they're here because they're arguing with you, because they attacked you, because they're not trying to fix anything no more. They're trying to blame you. They're like, it's you. I'm arguing. I'm trying to be like, you know? They're not trying to fix it. They're not your friend no more. Immediately have the power to just switch. Later you can go home and cry. Now you're gonna make them seem bad, feel bad, even if no one is watching. Make them feel bad, make them feel stupid. That's the argument. That's what it's about. Anyway, I said it. I got to go. And I had like actually four more tips, but they are not really related to this one, because this is more about like how to win an argument, but the other one is about like some sort of different type of tips that you need to have. Like you need to behave in a certain way your whole life to be able to be more valuable and valid and cool during an argument. I don't know how to say it. I'm running out of English. I don't know. Okay, so if you like this video, you know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what I want. So yeah, and leave me a comment. It's even better than like a like button. It's like having a comment, like teach me something about how to win an argument, or be like talk about one of the arguments, things you want to say, or like if you disagree with me, because sometimes I might say something but then you disagree, and I like to hear it. Like if it's polite, like why not? That's good too. And if you agree with me, still say it. That's it. I love you all. I hope you win in every argument from now on and feel like you're slaying all day. So kiss to you all. Have an amazing day, night, whatever it is. And don't be stressed over what people say. Make them stress.